Hey guys, hope you're doing well. If you haven't seen the hatchling rack DIY video, I suggest you check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. Today I'm going to be building a Growout rack that holds 28 and 12 quart tubs. Let's check it out. So first let's go over the materials. Again, for this project I have selected 1/2 inch PVC. All the panels you see in front of you are cut from one sheet of 1/2 inch by 4 feet by 8 feet PVC. So starting with the two panels on the bottom there, those are 16.5 by 47, and then the two directly above that are 16.5 by 46, and then those two pieces there are 16.5 by 18, and then lastly you see three up there, 16 by 5 and 11/16. And you see I made a little notch right along the bottom of these halfway. Those are going to be there to allow the heat tape to pass through. So I've gone ahead and set up three pieces, and they're just held together with corner clamps. Since I am working by myself, these corner clamps really come in handy. They act as my second set of hands. And for tools, I have my trusty drill and driver. The drill bit I'm using is 1/8 inch, and the driver bit is a Phillips tip. Just like in the previous DIY rack video, I'm using these fasteners again. Now for a couple of these panels, like this one you see here, and then the one that's going to sit over here, those are going to be the top and bottom. And I don't want screws to stick out on the top and bottom, so I've also picked up these type of screws. They'll allow the screw head to sit flush with the material. However, these are a little bit different in diameter, so in order to pre-drill holes for those, I have to use a 7/64 inch bit. So let me go ahead and get started doing that. Man, I'll tell you, those corner clamps really make easy work. So right now I have all four sides assembled. All I have left are the two shelves in the middle. So the two shelves that you see there are just dry fitted for now. What I do need to do is space them out appropriately so that when the tubs go in, I have a 1/8 inch gap above the tub and the shelf above it. So if you remember what I did in the last DIY video when I built the hatchling rack, I actually used the tubs themselves and a cardboard as a spacer. What I realized is I don't need to do that because I have these pieces that are going to be supports in the middle of each of these shelves. So I can actually use these as the spacers. So let me show you how to do that. Now that I have precise spacing for the first shelf, all I have to do is put on those corner clamps, and then I can fasten them all together. So now that all the shelves are in, and by the way, I am relatively surprised how quickly I was able to put them together by using the supports as spacers and with the help of a few clamps. It really made things go much faster and easier for myself. Now all that I need to do is flip this assembly over and add the back to it using the corrugated white plastic that I showed you before, and then put a few holes through it to allow for the wires of the heating elements to pass through. So there's the main assembly of the rack. The only three things that are not affixed are the three supports in the middle. I know I went really quick with this video, so the point of this wasn't to show you how to build a rack step by step. I've already done that with that hatchling rack video. What I did want to show you are tips and tricks. So using the dividers as spacers, that really helped me move things along quicker, and also having the clamps kept the corners at 90 degrees as well as served as an extra set of hands for me. There is one difference in the design between this and the hatchling rack aside from the size, and that difference is this. The top and bottom were actually 47 inches in length, while the middle two are 46 inches in length. And the reason I did that is because the top can overlap the side. Same thing with the bottom. So it lines up with the side. Now the hatchling rack, all four of these were cut to the same length, and they were all fixed on the inside of the side pieces as opposed to the top and the bottom of the sides. So that's the only difference in design. So now let me show you the hatchling rack. As you can see, the top is butted up against the side piece. Same with all the shelves, including the top and bottom. And here's a close-up of the new rack we just built. As you can see, the top overlaps the side. The two inner shelves butts up against the side panel, and the bottom lines up with the side as well. And also, as you can see, the other screws I use now sit flush with the top and the bottom, so that they don't rub up against each other when I have other racks stacked on top, or stacking this one on top of another rack. And I hope the tip and trick help with ideas for future builds. Well, here it is, the final product. The heating element and the controller are all hooked up. I didn't show you how to wire and solder in this video because I've already done that in the past video, and it would just make this video a bit too long. So I hope this gives you design ideas for your next build. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. To be notified of future videos, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. I'll see you guys next time.